Getting off the bus in Tallahassee, it was a good feeling, you know, a lot of fans around, a lot of their fans around.
Being in this moment with two top 10 ranked teams, undefeated teams coming against each other, I knew it was going to be a big deal.
No mercy, baby.
Just getting off the bus was like, it's time now. It was time for game time and prepare our mind.
Herb Waters, he have a great personality. Since he first got him, I told him that I would help him with anything. So me and him, we built a great relationship since he been here day one.
When I first came in, Allen took me, like I could say he took me under his wing and like really showed me like the steps and the way to be successful during my college career and here at the University of Miami.
Everything I do, he's there behind me, or he always asks me for advice for things. Me and him always around each other.
Anything Allen does, I do. I mean, Coach Golden said we have team leaders and be a great teammate. And I feel like I'm being a great teammate to Allen, just following him. Allen's like one of the top kids in this program, so I mean, following Allen's steps, I'll be successful just like him.
58th meeting between the Hurricanes and the Seminoles. Everybody on their feet.
Remember, all right, you don't rise to the occasion, you fall back on your training. Just break it down to 6 seconds at a time. 6 seconds at a time.
The hype is over, it is time to keep score.
I think the biggest thing when you go into games like that is there's so much energy surrounding the game, there's so much passion associated with the game, and there's so much meaning given the tradition of both programs that it's really important to just focus on the things that you can control. So in that respect, you don't rise to the occasion, you fall back on your training.
Florida State, they received the ball first.
On first and goal, hand off to Freeman.
Once they scored, I was ready to get out there and make some plays.
First down coming up right here.
It was 1st and 10 on the 33-yard line.
Burns short side right, Knowles show a blitz.
Once I seen the throw there, I just took my eyes to the ball, and I received the ball, which Stephen Morris threw a hell of a ball.
33 yards, right on the money.
When Allen scored, I seen him go through the crowd, so I went through the crowd too. Make sure like nothing happens to him, because I know like how it can get pretty rowdy over there.
Touchdown, Miami!
Probably after every touchdown, he's the first one to make it to me. If I score, he felt like he scored, or if he scored, I felt like I scored. So it's just our togetherness of the group.
And Miami is right back into this ball game.
When Allen scored, I noticed like he was like calm after he scored. I was wondering like, why is Allen so calm?
I didn't celebrate as much because the game was just getting started. I knew we had a lot of football left, so pretty much I didn't want to be a part of the show. So I was just trying to tell the younger guys to keep their poise and let's keep playing football.
Certainly in that environment, you could see a lot of instances where guys were doing exactly what they were trained to do.
Here comes Highsmith on a blitz, and they got him.
The guys that practice it every day and it carried over into the game. And then you see instances where guys are not as disciplined as they need to be, and that also shows up.
And now Miami's in a pickle.
Those are the two spectrums that we're trying to control. One we're trying to fix and one we're trying to emulate. I think Allen Hurns is a great example of the one we're trying to emulate. You know, the moment's not too big for him because he just stays in the moment.
3rd and 12, Morris to throw.
He enjoys it, he is prepared, he's confident.
40, 45, Allen Hurns all the way to the 48-yard line.
He just plays 6 seconds at a time, and because of that, he's able to focus on the finite details of each and every play.
Since I've been here, I have not been on a winning team, and this season we're doing pretty good, so I'm just buying into whatever Coach Golden is giving us, and pretty much when game time comes, I feel pretty comfortable because all week in practice, I'm giving all I got.
Miami inside the red zone from the 15.
Florida State has scored twice, so we was down by 14 points. We called a pass play.
When we called the play, Stephen was like, make sure we get our right depth on all our routes.
My coach was talking all week about make sure we get 8 steps on our corner route because in practice we was getting 6 steps or 4 steps. So that's key because if we get our 8 steps, it times out with the quarterback.
Morris to the end zone for Hurns. He's got it for a touchdown. Allen Hurns in the left corner.
In that play, I got all my 8 steps and it was a tight throw, but we was able to connect on that one.
He's in. It's a 21-14 football game.
Coach Golden preached to us all week, just don't rise to the occasion and just fall back on our training. I know like it's gonna be like times where like they say stuff and like we don't believe it, but that it really happened. We had the game like right in our hands, and all we had to do was just fall back on our training and not rise to the occasion.
The fact that our penalties were minimal would suggest that we didn't lose our composure. The fact that we protected the ball in the first half would lead you to believe that we were ready for that game and we understood how important it was to protect the football.
He's looking.
The fact that we pushed them into 4 third downs on the first drive on defense.
Got to bring up third down and 12.
And drove the ball our first 2 times on offense would lead you to believe we were ready to play that game.
Miami thought they could keep it close, and they did for a while.
If we were ready to play that game and we were prepared, then what transpired during that game? You know, was it one error that led to 2 errors? Did we not have the next play mentality where we focused on the last play but yet missed the next play? So those are all the things that we not only need the leaders to step up, but we need every position and all 3 units to really say, okay, what do we need to do better? Starting with Virginia Tech, and ultimately that, you know, we want to be a team that executes well in those situations moving forward.
In a game like this, you got to look at yourself and see what you could have done better. Just put your ego aside, because nobody's going to be perfect at the end of the day, but you got to know that you got to accept coaching and accept that they're going to be hard on you just so you can learn through this.
It's the Stockdale paradox, right? So you want to continue to have great optimism for the mission, for what your goals are, for what you're trying to accomplish, but it's really important to confront the brutal facts every day.
The Hurricanes are going to lose for the first time this year, and that's it.
I was heartbroken because I feel like I didn't match players, well, like Allen, intensity during the game, and I feel like I could have did more.
Facing this loss, I would say I'll talk to my receiver group more and just communicate with them and watch film with them more and tell them what to expect and how they will have to react to things.
I know in your minds right now, you're trying to figure out what just happened. Okay? You're trying to figure out what just happened. And here's what I want you to know. The difference between winning this game and losing the game is this much. It is. It's this much. And in that this much is a bunch of people doing what they're trained to do.
As we're growing and maturing as a team and as a program, we have to want to be in this position. We have to want to be the marquee game on Saturday night. We want to be in that upper echelon of college football. And with that comes a lot of responsibility. At the end of the day, everybody in that locker room, starting with me, needs to get better. We need to get better in our preparation. We need to get better in our execution.
We can't have this talk again and do what we want to do this year.
I think we all have to put our egos down, starting with me. We all have to learn from this, and we need to improve, because obviously we're trying to build a program that's going to continue to be in these types of games, and it's important that we learn how to handle it.
Everybody understand? Yes, sir. No excuses.